This is going to be a situation where I've read someone's name like hundreds of times over the years and years I've been following her online, and suddenly I realize I have to say it out loud, and I'm like, I don't actually know how to say it, and I'm probably going to look like an idiot, so I apologize in advance. I saw this article from Kat Tenbarge. Sorry if I got your surname wrong. And she has covered this Pedro Pascal smear campaign, and I had missed this because it's mainly gone on Twitter, which I don't really go on anymore. But you might know Pedro Pascal. We've covered him a few times. Poppy, clawing my legs. Right, third time lucky. Pedro Pascal is a Chilean-American actor who has been in loads of major things, like, I don't know, loads of major things. Gone blank. But he is pro-trans rights, amongst other things. He seems to have decent political positions across the board. And that has caused him to have political enemies, and they are attempting to frame him as a sexual harasser. Now, your instant response to this might be, oh, I see, when a right-wing man is a sexual harasser, you'll believe the accusers straight away, but when a left-wing man is a harasser, you'll say, oh, this is a smear campaign. No. That isn't what's happening here. This isn't a situation where a bunch of women have accused Pedro Pascal of being inappropriate or sexual harassment or something, and we're saying, oh, in this case, it doesn't count. There are no accusations. Which is kind of different to when it happens to all of these other celebrities who either are or then shortly afterwards become right-wing. So, as Kat points out, so Pedro Pascal is currently promoting Fantastic Four and Eddington, some of his films he's done recently, and he has been pro-trans rights, and he most recently called J.K. Rowling a heinous loser. So that means he made enemies specifically with the anti-trans movement, and you might recognise this person here, Kelly J. Keane, or Posey Parker, or one of the other names that she has, who is one of the main, probably after J.K. Rowling, one of the main voices, or the main voice in the gender critical movement in the UK. She's the one who did Let Women Speak. She's the one who did that tour of Australia where a load of Sikh-hailing Nazis turned up to support her protest. She's also the one who, when she went to New Zealand, had a can of soup poured on her, and she escaped from New Zealand and said she's never going back. She's very extreme, very openly anti-trans. She's not like the J.K. Rowling try and pretend to be reasonable. She has no pretenses of being reasonable. Anyway, she apparently originated this. So Rowling's allies were the first people to accuse Pascal of groping women, a narrative that started last year but gained massive traction in recent days. On Wednesday, a British anti-trans activist who paid for an I Love J.K. Rowling advert said he never gets the anxiety gropes around men, does he? On a clip of Pascal. Here he is holding the arm of this lady. After the success of that post, accounts that are known for derivative viral slop began creating their own memes that claim Pascal uses his anxiety as an excuse to initiate sexual contact with women. But they actually showed some video examples of this. I just want to update you in case you don't know the state of the world right now. But we are now at the AI smears, literally entirely fake videos of someone doing things like these. Okay, we just need to look at this. So this is allegedly a video, a montage of Pedro Pascal groping, kissing women without their consent. Just look up this. So here he is, holding this woman, holding her hand, and then leaning in for a kiss that she looks awkward about. Here he is in an interview where he literally gets up and kisses this woman. She seems kind of happy about it. Here he is, and he grabs this woman, and then he kisses her. She seems to be kind of up for this one, but then shocked afterwards. And here he is with his arm around another woman, and he just goes in and like bites her chin or something. None of these are real. Like, they might have seemed kind of believable, but they're literally entirely fake. And we know because we have the clips. For some reason, this Twitter's just shit. This first one just won't play for me. But like, we can see this one. This is one of the clips we just watched. He does put his hands on her waist here. He doesn't kiss her. This is just the full clip. I don't know if him putting his hands on her waist is super great, to be honest, but here's the interview. It's actually quite long and boring. He doesn't get up and kiss the host. Here's this other one where they do have their arms around each other. Like, he holds a hand at one point. They're all kind of holding each other. He doesn't kiss her. So they're like entirely fabricated, which is really crazy. So yeah, these posts and resulting discourse and tabloid media coverage of them also claim that Pascal has said he uses physical touch to ground himself when he experiences anxiety, but no such interview exists. So it's literally just completely made up, despite being cited by Google's AI summaries, by dozens of content creators and multiple news articles. So this is literally just fabricated out of thin air. There's something where he talks about being anxious, which isn't this. So importantly, the basis of the allegations against Pascal isn't true, and none of the women he's been accused of groping have said so themselves. One has even said the opposite. So importantly here, there are no accusations from anyone. It might come out, it might even be like an hour after this video releases, one of them does accuse him of something. Totally possible. And if that's the case, then I will believe that person, and we'll have to go through the usual process of this kind of thing. But this is different to what is usually happening, because the core of this is based on nothing. There are no accusations, and there are faked videos, faked interviews, fake things which AI is talking about. But what is important here as well is this was like started by the anti-trans movement in response to him being pro-trans. His sister is a trans woman. He has said quite a few things about trans rights. He's worn this Protect the Dolls t-shirt, which is a trans positive message, and he has said J.K. Rowling is a loser. So of course he's made enemies with the anti-LGBT rights movement, and so they fabricated this. And like, if they're going to do this about a big celebrity like him, they're going to do this, like, this is the stage we're at. It will not be long until they're creating fake videos about random trans people. I mean, they all do already have fake videos of me and some other people, which they've been sharing, which is quite distressing, to be honest. But not to this level. But it won't be long until they are at this level. Like, if they've already got loads of fake accusations about me. They've got edited photos. Ages ago on this channel, we talked about some man who had been editing photos of me to make them look just a bit more manly, but like for months he had just done like tens and tens of photos of me. We had like edited my hairline slightly higher. He'd like increased my like really crazy stuff. That was happening years ago. Fairly recently of me, they made some fake porn video or something, conveniently with my head cropped off. So you can't, like, I mean, it doesn't look like me anyway. But then if they're already doing that, and now of Pedro Pascal, where there was like thousands of hours of video that AI generator things can latch onto to make realistic videos, it cannot be far off. And when that happens, I don't really think that we have the tools and system in place to start dealing with that. And I think we are very, unlike the gender critical side, as we will talk about later, when there are like allegations against someone on our side, people are very quick to just be like, okay, yeah, fuck them. Like, we don't need people with, like, if Pedro Pascal sexually assaults someone, I don't care that he's pro-trans rights. I don't care that he's, like, said J.K. Rowling's a loser. He would be a bad person in my book, and I'd be happy for him. Like, an example was, what was his name? It happened to a guy recently, a writer. God, I should really look it up. What was his name? Maybe chat knows. Who's the guy I'm thinking of? There's a guy who's like kind of left wing, and then it turned out he had like sexually assaulted people or something. Neil Gaiman. Like what happened with Neil Gaiman recently. He was kind of viewed positively by the like progressive rights movement, and then as soon as the allegations came out, everyone was like, oh, okay, fuck him. That's disappointing, but he's like dead to us now. Those like were credible in my opinion allegations, which he seems to have at least in part admitted to. But also he has a PR team, and he has credibility, and he is a cis man, and all of these other things which at least people were prepared to hear his response, and there will be people who will blindly defend him and it won't destroy his career or any of those kinds of things. But when the gender critical movement starts targeting random nobody trans people who don't have, well, they are trans people, so already they're in a worse position, who don't have millions of fans, loads of money, a PR team, loads of like societal credibility behind them, it will be very easy to accuse them of things. And I'm not saying this is like some kind of preemptive defense of trans people being accused of sexual assault, whatever. Some trans people are bad people and have sexually assaulted people, and fuck them. Like, they should face the same consequences of anyone else who sexually assaults someone. But yeah, like, there's already revenge porn as a thing that is there to destroy the careers and reputations of women, and they already do that about trans people, and there's already fake revenge porn of people, that I and others that I know have been a victim of, and it's just going to get more credible and more real, and it is kind of terrifying, and I just don't know if we have like a response to that yet, or a way of dealing with that. And I think it's going to be a painful process over the next couple of years as people understand what is possible and what the goals of these people are and what they do. And I feel like this is going to be seen as one of the first things of it. And yeah, it's going to be worse when it's no longer attacking a cis man, like rich celebrity. So just what I am asking is for people to be hypercritical of anything, and just be aware that we live in an era now where you cannot trust videos anymore. Like, seeing a video of something isn't necessarily proof that it's real. And well, maybe we're already at the position people as the like societal conscious has got their own photos. You see a photo of someone doing something, like you see a photo of Obama doing a Nazi salute or something, and you're like, hang on a minute, people can edit photos. I didn't hear about this before. I'm at least going to look this up to see if this is true and can be corroborated by a good source. And it turns out, no, Obama hasn't done a Nazi salute. But are people there with videos? If you see a video of Obama doing a Nazi salute, are you going to be like, oh, Obama's a Nazi? Or are you going to be like, this seems a bit odd? And more importantly, are other people who aren't you going to do that? And then when, instead of targeting Obama, it's targeting some random person you've never heard about before, and it's not doing a Nazi salute, but it's like them being involved in porn or something like that, are you going to be like, I should be suspicious of this? Or are you just going to be like, oh yeah, I assume it's true, whatever? Yeah. Scary times ahead.